Here's what was so interesting to me, that it didn't take but a second for all of Job's enemies to come out the woodwork. I don't hear nobody talking to him. Satan didn't have to go find nobody. They were waiting. Can I tell you this? You got to be careful with your life, because your enemies are lurking and are sitting on ready to come and devour you. I don't hear nobody talking to me. All of a sudden the Sabians came, and all of a sudden the Chaldeans came, and they came ready to absolutely destroy. Listen and let me tell you, you got some enemies that are not hoping you mess up, but they are plotting to make you mess up. You got some enemies that as soon as Satan says go, they done already destroyed you before he got the oath out of his mouth. Y'all not talking to me in here. You got to understand that because you are standing firm in faith, standing firm in determination, standing firm in humility and in worship, that their enemies watching you. Y'all better hear me in here. Not only have they saw you, but they are watching you. And let me tell you, they are also plotting, and they are going through with their plan. Are y'all gonna talk to me in here? I promise you got some people that are talking about you and that are behind your back. Enemies, y'all. Enemies are cowards. Y'all gotta understand that. Enemies are cowards. They're not gonna tell it to your face. I don't hear anybody talking to me. But they gonna go behind your back. Now watch me carefully. Enemies are very silent killers. Because they go behind your back, but they're not gonna just tell one person. Come on now. They gonna tell another person. Now they spread lies on you now, watch me now, all because they didn't get the position or promotion that you got, or all because you got a man name. All because you are right and they're not talking to me. All because, listen to me, both of y'all lost a job, but you still got faith. Now they hate on y'all not talking to me. Both of y'all going through it, you still praying. Both of y'all going through it, you still praising God. And now you got enemies that are trying to destroy you, and all you trying to do is just keep coming and keep believing and keep serving and keep praising and keep worshiping God. How do I get rid of my enemies? No. I don't hear nobody talk. Look to your neighbor and say, don't get rid of the enemies. Why in the hell fact would I not get rid of these? I'm not going to talk to you. Why not? Because these enemies are the very reason that you stay dead on your knees. It's the enemies that make you get up and be determined not to go back. It's because of your enemies that it make you go back home to your wife. It's because of your enemies devouring you and keep messing with you, and it keeps you keeping your name clean. I don't want anybody to say nothing about me. And I ain't did now. I got integrity. I got a good name, and I'm gonna stay a good name because I know they're trying to get me. It's your enemies that keep you. For the Bible says that the enemies will be my footstool. If I ain't got no enemy, I ain't gonna never go up. The enemies are my footstool. They elevate me to where I'm trying to go. Somebody shout, thank God for my enemies. For most of all, God was secure in his deal he made with Satan, not because of Job's unwavering faith, but God was counting on himself. For the hedge that kept Job was literally called the Father. For when, watch me now, because if I lose hope, if my determination begins to wane, if my worship begins to fade, if my humility gets upside down, it's okay because my hedge is literally the Father. And he's watching over me night and day. And listen, here's what Job said in verse 21. This is his worship. He said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Listen to the language carefully. He didn't say the Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away, but. He didn't put a but there. Because when you put a but there, it negates everything you just said. Are y'all talking to me? You know what I'm talking about? Somebody say, owe you some money, but I know y'all gonna have it, but I saw you, but he didn't say but. He said, Lord God, Lord gave, and the Lord have taken away. That semicolon means you really can take it out and put an and there. I wish I had some grammar people in the building. You can put an and there because they're complete phrases or complete sentences that are combined to make one. So put the and there, take the semicolon out, and it will read, Lord God gave, and the Lord have taken away, and blessed be the name of the Lord. Even though he's taken away, even though I'm paying it, I still owe him a blessing. I still owe him my praise. I still owe him my worship. Why? Because every day he keeps on making a way. Every day he keeps on waking me up. Every day he keeps putting food in my mouth. Every day shelter over my head. Every day clothes on my back. Every day blood in my veins. Every day strength in my body. I may not be where I want to be, but blessed be the name. Here we got it. Yes. Job was able to beat them with his praise. The deal was lost by Satan. God gave permission for another attack on Job's body. Are y'all with me? Yes. But God put a limit on Job. He said in chapter 3, or chapter 2 rather, verse 6, 5 and 6, he said, but put forth thine hand now, touch his bone and his flesh. Satan said, I know he will curse thee to thy face. God answered and said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. Ezekiel 37 and 5 says, thou shalt not die. David told us last week in Samuel, you shall live. God told us here with Job, Satan, have at his body, but don't take his life. I don't know who I'm talking to, and God's been talking to you every week for the last 3 weeks. That it looks like death is on your life. It looks like death is on your marriage. It looks like death is on your career. It looks like death is on your finances. It looks like death is on your children. It looks like death is on your mind. But God has said they will not die. I know your enemies look at you and say, you didn't have a job for a whole 2 years and you still talking about going to church and paying tithe and all that, and you might go ahead and give it up. God said they will not die. I don't hear nobody talking